And then I also applied to be a sign spinner.
A sign spinner? No, you didn't. That's not a real job. Nobody's a sign spinner.
There's people on the side of the road
No.
spinning signs. He asked me what my favorite Smartie was. They were eating candy. And I was like,
Smarties
I like
don't have
Smarties.
individual flavors.
And he was like, yeah, what's your favorite? And I was like, Cam.
Yeah, Smarties don't have individual flavors, do
He
they?
was like,
They're
yeah.
just
He was like, yeah, they do. I was like, hey, Cam,
what?
he's working on a different level than us. Go to Safari.
Okay.
How many tabs do you have open right now?
The maximum amount of 500.
You have 500 tabs open? I don't have anything good this week. I was trying to think about it. I feel like we talked in the middle of the week, and that was all of my funniest stories. Oh, the whole thing was the big reveal. Drum roll, please. I'm going to be a substitute teacher.
Yeah.
This is you receiving that information for the first time.
The first time. It's insane because the thing I was about to say is what other people that I've told that to have said. So right, it's like first time I'm psychic. Yeah, that is so wild.
Wait, yeah, who have you told? What have they said? Yeah.
My mom, and she was like, they let people teach without college degrees? I was like, don't be a hater.
Yeah. I had to email my high school. I was like, hey, can I get a copy of my transcript? Because apparently I need that. Because like I was like, I was hoping y'all would have it because I definitely don't.
Yeah, I feel like your high school transcript, I'd be shocked if that... Did they have it? Did they have it?
They haven't responded yet.
That's so sad.
Oh, I'm getting a phone call from Connecticut. And most of the time I've been ignoring these random ass phone calls, but like, what if it's my high school? What if they moved to Connecticut? Give me a moment.
That's not true, but come on, let them in.
It wasn't. They sent me a flyer and they wanted to know if I had received it. I'm like, what? Even if I had, I'd ignore it. I'm sorry for hanging up on you. That's rude, but I'm busy.
But you were not giving me the return that I thought you were going to when I picked up this call. Like,
this is terrible.
We're
content.
losing them. We're losing them.
Yeah. Well, my mom was like, "Oh, yay, another teacher in the family," because we got teachers in the family. Our grandfather.
He was a principal. Yeah.
Oh, that's even better. That's legit.
I guess. Yeah, you got to be a teacher at some point to become that. Your godmother, right? Was a teacher. Yes. No.
Was she? That's a very good question. I don't know why I never thought that she worked.
What?
I guess I had no idea what her job was.
Do I just not know who your godmother is? That'd be really funny too. If I thought, because I'm pretty sure this person was definitely a teacher. Are we?
Oh, no. Yeah. Our aunt was my middle school math teacher. I was thinking of the Winchesters is my godmother.
Oh, well, I don't
Fun
know
fact.
anything, and I also don't know anything.
Yeah,
what
did she do?
I don't know. You know what's funny?
We might have to cut all this out.
Like,
this is really showing. What if she watches?
Right. We can't. Well, enough of your immediate family watches that it'll get back to her.
God damn
it. Tommy and James don't know what you do. But if it does stay in, if you don't edit this out, I will add this one little bit of niceness, which is that I think my dad thinks that our Winchester aunt is the coolest.
She is the coolest. She's very cool. I didn't realize it when I was a kid. I was like, I think my godmother hates me, and now I'm like, oh no, she's just cool.
She's just cool. She's cool and quippy. and that, yeah.
She told me not to burp at the dinner table, and I was like, this lady sucks.
She must not know anything. But no, as it turns out, she knew more than both of us. That's amazing. Okay, well, I learned some things today, and you learned some things today. Maybe? I don't know. We're really not. This is a poor start. I'm not gonna lie. We're off to a
I really shouldn't have answered
start.
that call. That was a bad omen.
It's okay. That's fine.
That's fine.
Yeah. I feel like, yeah, you told me your podcast stories. I feel like already. I had a
I
podcast
definitely
story
didn't. I definitely like saved one. I was like, "Ooh, I can't tell you this. I gotta save it for the podcast." And now we're here, and I'm just like, "What the fuck was it?"
did it have something to do with Cam? Does it? I feel like they usually
Probably.
the good ones have something to do with Cam.
I have no idea. Let me go through my
Oh,
notes. What's your story?
well, I was gonna say I'm happy to talk about Cam dating around again because that like the resolution of like I need to go on more first dates is a great punchline no matter how many times you hear it. Well, I had the story about we had a Sofar act who showed up hammered
Oh, that's
and like
crazy.
completely derailed the show. Yeah, no, it's not the craziest, but it is like something that I had never experienced before. I feel like usually these guys are really like put together as artists, and like it was somebody that everybody else knew personally, and maybe it was like his first show by himself. I don't really know. Alls I know is that like he was just hammered and not like he was an artist that like had most of his stuff already like pre-programmed on a computer, but then he couldn't find any of his samples. So like that is really tough. Yeah, I don't know if this is like a very consistent face you're making or if you're frozen,
You're
but it
frozen
could
for
be that you're
me.
frozen. Either
Can you
or you're
hear
just
me?
like really like
Because I can
nah,
hear. You can't
like
hear
because
me?
that's kind of what I'm getting.
Damn it. On
God, I hate
my.
filling time.
I. I'll leave and
Okay.
rejoin the call, you piece of shit.
Oh, fuck.
I can
Hello?
hear everything that you're saying.
I can't hear a thing that you're saying, dude.
Well,
But
clearly you hear a little bit because you
well, I got
responded.
a little bit of
It was a lot of you talking and me like responding, and then you just being like, James, and I'm like, yes, and you're like, James.
It's just I'm shouting out into the void. Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
Well, yeah, your
that's okay.
face was frozen, like you were
Your
really
face
like
was your face was frozen for me, okay? So
okay. Well,
feelings mutual, except that I could hear you and you couldn't hear me, which hurts my
that's
feelings.
yeah.
When was the last time you were hammered?
The last time I was hammered,
I have a lot of
I don't.
random questions. Cam I guess recently asked me, I don't remember this, but I wrote it in my notes. He asked me what my favorite Smartie was, or eating candy. And I was like, "Oh, I
Smarties
like
don't have
Smarties."
individual flavors.
And he was like, "Yeah, what's your favorite?" And I was like, "Cam, you're causing me to a complete existential crisis right now. What do you mean what's my favorite Smartie?"
Yeah, Smarties don't have individual flavors, do
He
they?
was
They're
like, "Yeah."
just
He was
like
like, "Yeah, they do." I was like, "Hey, I Cam,
what?
he's working on a different level than us. I'm still not certain. So I like ate my Smarties very like deliberately trying to figure out if they had different flavors. And I'm like, no, they're all just sugar. They're all just sugar flavored.
Bro can taste things at a level just like way beyond you and me. Like
Okay,
that's
okay. This one's better. Open up your phone, go to Safari.
okay.
How many tabs do you have open right now?
The maximum amount of 500,
You have 500 tabs open?
which is the most that you're allowed to have open in Safari.
Cam,
Yeah,
Cam said he had like over 100, and I was like, that is insane. I have 7.
I have
500 tabs is absurd. That is absurd. Cam was like,
yeah.
okay, I'm deleting a lot of these. He's like, all right, I got it down to like 60. I need the rest. I was like, you're fucking insane.
I love the like I need the rest mentality because that's where I'm at too. But
Yeah.
okay, it'd be interesting to see because I do like occasionally delete tabs or because like you can
Because you're
only
at the
have 500.
max.
Right. And so I need to every time I want to. So I'm curious to see like if I scroll all the way back, like when my first tab is from, like because it's just been.
I'm glad I
Oh,
asked. You would have 500. Jesus Christ.
my first tab open is how to connect Spectrum Wi-Fi to a Roku TV. So that's like when we first moved to San Diego and
Oh
I
my
buy the big
God.
TV.
Oh
So
my God.
I've
All right,
been
so
steadily collecting tabs since then.
your life was so organized before that moment. You had
Literally,
such
it was like
good tab organizational structure.
I saw tasks to completion. I started them and then I finished them. And now it's funny, like a lot of these are like, because I can't really see them, there's not like they're not
Yeah, you'd have
loaded
to
in,
load
but a
them.
lot of them just say like menu, menu, menu,
Oh,
menu.
that's frustrating.
Like, damn.
They're just
This one says machine go burr, which is, I'm glad I was looking that up. Glad I kept that. I can't leave that. I can't lose this info.
I
How
have
many
like
tabs? Wait,
I have
7?
7. I have 5 different video games that I kind of want to play that I've had up for like months, and then of course I have like one that's like sometimes it's the New York Times like mini crossword or Wordle or like some other little games, or right now I googled best Stephen King books and they all do agree that Shining is the number one, and I was just like, if I'm gonna I don't want to, he has so many, I don't want to listen to any that aren't the best. Because I just finished
They
Jeanette McCurdy's audiobook. I've been into audiobooks apparently.
and so you were like, what's a logical jump is to Stephen King
To
from
Stephen
Jeanette
King. Yeah,
McCurdy,
yeah,
two
yeah.
great American authors.
It was really good.
Like,
It was a bit.
that's the one. I'm glad my mom
I'm
died. Is
glad
that
my
what it
mom died.
is?
Yeah, it was really good. And I
What's
also
it?
just today finished season 1 of The Bear. I only just fucking caught up to where pop culture has been like 3 years ago.
Dude, that's fine. I still haven't seen The Bear,
Bro,
so
it's really
you're
good.
ahead of me.
Yeah, that's wild. You'd like it.
It's like The Kitchen, right? I
Yes.
know
Yes,
that's a
chef.
vast
Yes, chef.
oversimplification, but
Heard, chef.
thank you, Chef. Oh,
Thank
James,
you,
like,
chef.
James, thank you, Chef. Did you stop sharing your location with me and
Yeah,
then turn it back on?
it was a misclick.
I was like,
Share it back.
okay, put it back on. Oh man. All right, that was a good prompt. I'm glad you asked me that. Do you have any more prompts that we can
Well, you
answer?
never answered the when was the last time you or drank excessively?
Hammered?
Okay, I'll
Um,
go. There was a
yeah, you
mixer.
go first. You
Did
still
I tell you about this
drink?
mixer?
You went to a mixer?
It was like a Facebook group, a social Facebook group for people in their 20s in the area, and Cam's a part of it and Snapchat Girl's a part of it, and they have one every month, and it's just like people at a tiki bar getting to know each other and I guess drinking. And so we got into a tiki bar and there were a bunch of people and everyone's super friendly, and you just go up and you're like, hello, this is who I am, and then you start talking and having normal human conversations. We've all been to parties, we all know how to interact with other human beings, whatever. And there's like one dude wearing a Drake t-shirt, and so I talked to him for a while. And it was really fun. And then the tiki bar closed, and so a bunch of people from the mixer went to this nearby art hotel rooftop that had like more expensive drinks and a DJ and a rooftop heated pool that nobody was swimming in. And so the whole time I was just making jokes. I was like, yo, we should go in. We should go in the heated swimming pool. We should take a dip. And everyone's just like, you can. You can. And so people are like, I'd give you like $20 if you go in. I'm like, word. People are like, I'll buy you a drink if you go in. I'm like, word. And someone was like, yeah, you get a free drink from the bar if you go in. I'm like, really? So I go up to like the bouncer. I'm like, hey, can I go in the pool? He's like, yeah, that's what it's there for. There are like towels around. And I'm like, word. I was like, do I get a free drink? He was like, no. I was like, because the guy who told me that was so certain that you get a free drink. And so I actually asked the bouncer, and the bouncer was like, you're an idiot. I was like, okay. But I didn't have a bathing suit with me. So
Of course you didn't. Like, why would you have a bathing suit with you? It's like, thank God I'm wearing my swimmies under this, like tearaway pants. Like, no.
So Cam like watched my stuff, and I just like went down to my underwear and went in the pool, and it was so warm and it was so nice, and then like nobody else went in the pool. It was really just me, and I was like, okay, this is cool, I guess, except that I was like, I have to do something cool. I was like, let me do a little of these and a little of these. And then I even did like a handstand. And then I was like, I got to get out. Because what I really wanted to do was just like go and then just like stand in the water and just kind of like float.
That's not going to get you a free drink, though.
That's not going to get me a free drink, though. And it's also, now I'm just like super antisocial because I'm in the center of a pool and everyone's just like, what are you doing in there? And I'm just like, floating. Versus like, ooh, I'm doing a little of these, a little of these. And so
engaging.
It's so engaging.
I'm not weird in the pool by myself. Like, come on.
I'm only, it's fun and exciting if you take a dip, but if you like just stay in the pool, it's weird. So I had to get out after like a minute. A Snapchat girl took a video of me getting out of the pool, and you can hear her screaming, "I've never hated you more in my life than I do right now." And I'm like, nice.
You've only just known each other. There's so much time. Don't say that yet. But I credit to her because. Oh, please. Well, I was just gonna say that sounds like something I would say to you, which is like
that's fair.
It's a credit to her for
that. Some dude came up to me and he was like trying to give me props. He was like, "Bro, that's crazy. You went in the pool. You got the biggest testicles." And I was like, "Thank you." I was like in my underwear soaking wet. I was like, "Everybody can see that isn't true, but thank you. I appreciate that."
Thank you. Right. They're so right. Yeah. Damn, that is the. You had to get out of the pool. So did you just like put your clothes back on? Like,
I mean, I dried off. Yeah, there were towels. I dried off. I put my clothes back on. The guy in the Drake t-shirt bought me a drink. I was like, nice. Okay, so story about the guy.
Did you collect?
I got that one free drink. I didn't get people's money. That would have been rough. The guy in the Drake t-shirt at the tiki bar, he was cool. He was the life of the party. He was chatting people up. Turns out he's 21, but I was like, okay, whatever. He's cool. Whatever. He'll talk about Drake. He was kind of bouncing between our group and some other groups. We just met him that night, and then we go to the rooftop bar, and it's the same thing. He maybe is drinking a little bit more, but he bought me a drink, so I fucking love him. Again, bouncing between a few groups. By the time we leave the rooftop bar and head to the third club, he is solidly with our friend group. Like, it's no longer just like everyone who was at the mixer. Now it's like a lot less people. And so we go to this club, and I feel like, you know, we're talking on the way, and he's sufficiently drunk, so we're talking about just like random shit. And I think he really likes me, and we're kind of like connected at that point. And then we get to the new bar, and he's pretty drunk, and he's trying to play pool, and he just starts playing pool with some older guys who are at the bar, and every single shot he fucking hits the lights that are hanging above the pool table. And I'm just like, okay. There's one point where he like lines it up perfectly, and he hits the white ball into the solid color ball, and the solid colored ball goes into the hole, which was so great, except that he was stripes. And I was like, oh man, how you doing? He was like, I wasn't aiming for that one. I was like, yeah, interesting. And he loses, and his partner's just like, whatever, man. And the drunk 21-year-old knocks the drink of his pool partner's girlfriend out of her hand onto the floor. Not on purpose, totally by accident, didn't even realize he had done it. And then the partner comes up to me and is like, bro, you gotta tell your boy to control himself. He shouldn't be drinking if he can't control his alcohol. I was like, I know, you're right. He's only 21. I'm sorry, though. And then the guy says, that's no excuse. I'm like, yeah, you're right. Have a good night. And so we like, I don't know, we leave, we go to the dance floor, whatever. I tell Cam about this later, and Cam's like, I feel like being 21 is the perfect excuse for stupid kinds of behavior for that, like that. I was just like, yeah, I feel like you're right, though. And then, so we all leave the last club. We're going home. And I was like, bro, do you have a ride home? Because he wanted to stay. He was like, yeah, I'll be fine. I was like, I can get you a ride. I can drive you home. I don't care. He was like, no, I'll be fine. So we go home. We start watching 1999's The Mummy, starring Brendan Frasier. When I get a call from 21-year-old, and he's like, "Bro, where are you?" I was like, "Home." "Where are you?" He's like, "I just left the club. I thought maybe you went to like another place. I was gonna come through, but oh no, if you're home, I won't bug you like that." I was like, "Okay, have a good night. Please get home safe."
Mm. Damn.
Oh, oh.
That's so. Did you get like confirmation the next day that the guy's alive? Like,
He texted me the next day. He was like, "Hey, it was great to meet you last night." I was like, "Yeah, same. Did you make it home okay?" He was like, "Yeah, I got to stuff my face full of chicken McNuggets. It was great." I was like, "Nice. This kid's living the
Beautiful.
dream."
that kid is. Yeah, you know what? In your early 20s in Florida, I think that's exactly what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to go mixer, bar, club,
Club
tiki,
hopping.
bar,
Yeah.
nuggets. Yeah, and then end the night with nuggets. Yeah, I think that's. I feel like the last time I was hammered was not like. I really wish there was like I had an exciting moment. I feel like the last time I was like, oh, I don't feel so good, kind of drunk was Halloween. Um,
Oh, a while
and
ago.
yeah, it was a while ago. I follow that guy's advice. If you can't hold your liquor, don't drink. I either hold it very well or abstain. Um,
Have you ever seen
but
1999's The Mummy, starring Brendan Frasier?
no, I
Yeah,
haven't. I don't
interesting.
think. Is it any good?
Yeah, I had never seen it either. It was okay. It was pretty good.
What
Um,
made you want to watch? What?
it's
Why?
Snapchat Girls, one of her many favorite movies. She has many favorite movies. I'm like, choose one. She's like, no. And so me,
No.
her, and Cam watched it. It was enjoyable. Oh, and then did I say this? Yeah, I must have said this, because the next morning Cam goes out and he buys a family-sized pack of Reese's Puffs, and he brings it over, and it's me, Snapchat Girl, and him, and he goes, "I got the family size because I thought we could eat it all together as a family." I'm like, that's the funniest thing you've ever said. Had I told you that?
No, you hadn't. That's damn. Did you guys eat Reese's Puffs
Yeah,
that
it
day
was
together as a family?
together as a family. It was beautiful.
That is beautiful. We've got.
I told my mom that, and my mom was like, "Oh, that's so funny that Cam is calling Snapchat Girl family when she doesn't even want to be called your girlfriend." And I was like, "Damn, Mom. Damn."
That's brutal. What is
It
that?
was much funnier when she said it. It was much funnier when she said it.
Is that a reality you're facing right now?
Nah,
We don't have to.
we don't.
don't-
I was gonna. I don't know if it's. I feel like we can reveal that Snapchat Girl has since evolved into Snapchat Girlfriend.
Yeah, but she
At them,
doesn't
but she
want
was
to be Snapchat
she was
girlfriend.
hesitant. At the time of the Reese's Puffs jokes, she was more hesitant.
Okay, that is crazy. You and your mom have a great relationship. I'm glad you told her something. That's beautiful that you told her that, man. Hey, it's just real tough. She doesn't wanna. She doesn't want to come. I don't know what to do, Ma. Like that's real nice. That's like.
I
Just
wasn't.
help.
It was just. I was just telling her what the situation was. I wasn't asking for advice. It wasn't
That's
nothing like
nice.
that.
That's
Because
nice.
before
I
that,
feel
she.
like-
Before that, she wasn't saying that James had a girlfriend. She was like, James has a trivia partner.
Oh. Okay.
I'm like,
James
word.
has
Okay,
a-
cool.
Would you have gone back to being just trivia partners if this you would have moved on to someone else, but the chemistry was just too good? She was just so good at
Cam and I went
art
to a
and
cat
history.
cafe. Did I tell you about this? I think I mentioned it, right?
I screenshotted the story of you guys at the cat cafe.
Oh, right.
And you did mention that you went to it.
Um,
So
well, they had
do tell.
clipboards there where you could write down cat names. Like, if you wanted to give them names, they would like take them into consideration. And me, Snapchat
Yeah.
Girl, and my friends Marty and Sarah had been brainstorming cat names all day, and we are like, I like naming them after a crime. And so they're like, we can have breaking and entering, or like one of them we named misdemeanor, another felony. I feel like felony is the best one. I wrote that one down on the clipboard. I regret writing this one down on the clipboard, but I did write it down on the clipboard. I wrote vehicular manslaughter. Feels like that one not a great cat name now that I actually think about it.
So that's one that's like, there's like a very, very small, like if you were scrolling through an adoption site, right? And the smallest, cutest kitten you could see had the name vehicular manslaughter. Like that would be like kind of funny, right? It'd be like, aha, so silly. No, but if you're like the Cat Cafe employee and you're like, time to read cat names on the list, and it's like, there's no picture attached. There's just in like handwritten fucking barely legible fucking ink vehicular man. That seems more like a threat.
Yeah, it went. It went like felony, vehicular manslaughter, Napoleon, the number 7.
Okay.
I think the best one we came up. The best one we came up with was like Auntie Annie's, or like what's another pretzel place? We came up with Wexel's Pretzels. So Wexel's a good cat name, I think.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that. If we were going based off crimes, I would have done like petty thievery. That would have been like, small time fucking insurance fraud.
Grand
Just, like,
Theft
really-
Auto.
Arson.
Arson's a good cat name.
Arson is a good cat name.
Arson.
So it's not even like crimes is like a tough category to pick. It's just like vehicular manslaughter is like
That one,
not bad.
That one keeps me up at night.
It's okay. You can go back and scratch it out, write a new one next to it if you want. Like that's. Oh man.
Yeah, the cat cafe was pretty fun. It was the fastest hour of my life. That shit flew by. You just play with cats. My friend Marty had a box of Nerds. Cats went fucking crazy for that shit. They were losing their mind over a box of Nerds. You'd throw it across the room, and all the cats were like,
shake, like the
shake.
Was it a full box of Nerds? Were there Nerds
Unopened.
inside?
Yeah.
A sensory overload for a cat. I can only imagine. It smells. It shakes. It rattles. Wow.
Yeah.
That's what a great way to kill an hour.
I was like, damn, me and the cats aren't so different after all. Literally, oh no. There was one of those it's circular and there's a ball that goes around, but it's like kind of like trapped inside. It's kind of like a C, and you hit it and it goes around. You know what I'm talking about? It's like a little cat toy.
Yeah.
Cam gets down on his belly and he's just like playing with it by himself. And he's like, one of the cats is gonna come over. and then eventually a cat comes over and starts playing with him, and he's like, yeah, me and this cat were the same. He was like, that was my favorite part, because it was like we were on the same level, you know?
We both just wanted to paw.
We're playing the same game. I was like, damn, that's beautiful.
Florida's doing something to you.
Florida's crazy.
Turning into cats, man.
My friends Marty and Sarah were so good at attracting cats. They had just like a pen, and they were tapping it on a cardboard box, and every cat was like completely enthralled. Meanwhile, in order to hold any cat, I'm like, all right, cats, all right, kittens, don't get too close to me, or I'm gonna scoop ya. Scoop. And then I would just hold a cat, and then it would like try and get away, and I'm like, nope. And then it would get away, and I'm like, all right. And then I would scoop another one, and I'm just like, they're just so scoopable. They're so small.
So there's the game. Scooping cats. Yeah.
Scooping cats.
Scooping cats. I'm allergic to cats, so I don't know about their scoopability all that much. So this is
they're
like
bad scoopable. They're extremely scoopable, and they give you like cat treats, and then all the cats will like come around, and then I'm the person who I get the treat, and then I like hold on to it for dear life, and then me and the cat have like tug of war, and then they just kind of like eat around my fingers and then like bite into my fingers by accident, and I'm just like, see, I'm getting so much more out of this than if I had just given
This is paying dividends for me, this strategy.
I do the same thing with dog treats. I just hold on to it, and they just slobber all over my hand, and I'm like, yes, this is what I wanted.
This is my intended outcome. Nailed it, dude. Absolutely nailed it. So you went to the cat cafe. Was that the only thing you guys did that day, or what'd you do after?
No, that day we had gone to a laser tag and arcade beforehand where they split us up into two teams. They didn't make us say, I will not run, climb, or jump. I will not sit, kneel, or lie down. I was just like, we
Will not use offensive language.
Yeah. You know.
Right.
You know the creed.
I do. The player's code. Yeah, I'm familiar.
They showed like a video beforehand. They're like, it is the year 2142 and the world has descended into chaos and there are two factions, red team and blue team, and the red team was the Battalion of Hope and the blue team was the rebel cartel. I was a part of the rebel cartel and I was like, battalion scum. They just really built the lore up. It was a lot of fun, actually.
So it's team-based as opposed to, like, individual laser tag.
Yeah, and so it was, like, team deathmatch. Yeah. So every time you die, you have to, like, go back to the base and then, like, touch your laser to the sensor, and then you can go back out, and you just, like, have lost a life, and you're off the battlefield for literally 2 seconds.
That is so genius and such another level than what Laser Quest in Danvers was.
How dare you disrespect Laser Quest in any...
It was a classic. It feels like it's leveled up. Like, don't get me wrong, they set the ambiance perfectly. Those little, like, fucking blacklight lit rooms, like, it truly felt magical.
The room was
infinite.
The room was much smaller than the Laser Quest in Danvers. I was like, y'all need more space for me to run, climb, and jump.
That's right. Oh my god. That's so niche, but it's so perfect.
It's like, so accurate to art growing up. I was like, one time I was so good at that Laser Quest, they put my scoreboard on the wall for a week. They didn't even give us individual scoreboards, and they didn't tell us how we did. They just said which team won, and I was like... But when every time you got a kill, it would like keep track of how many kills in a row. They go, another one down. That's 2 in a row. You're up to 3 kills. I'm like, oh shit. So the highest I got was 4 in a row. But I overheard one kid say, I got 9 kills. I was like, you mean? You're rude. Some of us only got 4.
Let's end this streak right now. Mono. I do have a picture of you at Laser Quest pointing to your
the scoreboard on the wall, of course.
Yeah, that was a big deal when we were 8. Like, that was like, holy shit.
I feel like we might have been 12. We were older, and it was still a big deal. What else?
That's true. In the last since we were 12.
Since we were 12, what have I accomplished besides that?
Since my last great accomplishment, what have I done?
Not much.
Damn. Yeah, I'm feeling similarly. Let's turn into that realm.
Let's stop thinking about. Let's turn inward. Yeah. What have we?
What have we
that time
doing?
Of the podcast?
I think it's. I think. So, are we gonna play music when we go down when we're in Florida? Have you scouted out the open mics?
Yeah, there's one tomorrow night we can hit up if you want to jump right into it. There's one tonight that I want to scout out. I tried to go to one last night and there was no music. I was like, what the fuck? This is the second time in a row I've gone to this bar, and the first time was the college football championship game, the Michigan versus whoever. And I was like, just driving by, Cam and I drove by, and I was like, wow, that's a lot of people for the open mic. That's a good sign. And then it's like everyone there wearing the same like Michigan outfit and the same game on every TV. They had a big-ass projector outside. I was just like, I don't think this is the open mic. And so then we walked around and found a bar that had foosball, and then we started playing foosball because Cam is in a foosball tournament at his Costco in the break room, and he signed up. And I was just like, we got to get you good. You look confused.
There.
Did I stutter? What are you confused about?
No. Okay, so foosball league in his Costco break room is kind of the sentence that's tripping me up.
Yep.
Are they organized? Is this just like also foosball's like mini? It's the
Why are you acting like you don't know what foosball is? Yes, it's soccer, mini soccer.
hockey,
Mini
sometimes
football.
it's soccer. Mini
football.
That's genius.
I'm so mad.
Foosball. Okay, so, and is he any good?
He was getting better.
Is he any
I was like, first off, you need to have two hands on handles at all times. Second off, you want to be spinning them, and so they go really fast. Because before he was kind of doing it one hand at a time, and he was just doing little turns, and I was like, no, abuse that shit. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's happening till like later next month. I don't know how they're organizing it, but at least now he's like, he just doesn't want to get out in the first round.
Okay, respect. Don't get out in the first round. You don't have to win the whole thing.
Yeah.
Honestly, maybe it's better if you don't win the whole thing. You don't want that kind of pressure.
Are you any good at foosball? Feels like no, considering you don't even know what it is.
Anyone any good at foosball? I was like a thing that you could be good at. Like,
yeah. You play me, you'll find out who's good at foosball.
I was gonna ask what authority you had to be giving foosball tips, so I guess like we'll find out. Because I know you're generally pretty apt at games, especially like, I don't know, bar games, I guess is the way to say it. But like, I didn't think that foosball was like a thing. Like, what's the strategy? Hit it really hard?
Is Connect 4 considered a bar game? Because I feel like the only time I ever
bar. The only time I'll play you is at a bar. So, yeah.
I'm just like, this is like a childhood game, but it's like, no, I do see a lot of giant Connect 4 bars. So
right.
I guess it's a bar game.
Yeah, and you're very good at Connect 4, which is like maybe another thing that I would say, like, you can't be
Who's good at that? Yeah.
But I understand, like, at least a little bit more that than foosball. Like, as foosball, you just know where the ball's going to go. I'm going to get way too into this foosball aspect. I don't know. I know you're trying to move us along, but I know we're talking about the fucking like, I need to know, like, you're not measuring angles. Like,
what questions do you have? And I will answer them. No, you're not measuring angles, but you can fucking... You can lie, like, as your opponent's moving, you can move yours so you're always like in front of the ball. You can do the thing where you stick stick it out a little bit, hit the ball to the side, like pull it or push it, and then get the ball to go where you want it to go this way before you shoot it into the goal. So it's like you're passing it to your own player. You can obviously spin it, but like, and then the other thing that I kept telling Cam was like, when you're done spinning it, make sure your goalie and defender especially are facing down with their legs like ready to block it, even if your hand isn't on it, because that's the fucking worst.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what players do you control? What's your default hand position? Is it one on the goalie, one on the...
It depends where the ball
guy?
is. You don't, yeah, it's like, you know, it's generally going to be like the 2 on offense and then the 2 on defense. Occasionally 1 defense, 1 offense, but generally you're just going to swap between those 2 and then 2. Any other questions?
For Foosball 101, I'm glad that's put a nice little bow on this segment. This will be the part of the YouTube video where it is.
Once we start doing editing.
Yep.
Special effects.
Yeah, this
never.
Right, throw up a little just like graphic right there. Do you like my on-air sign? Did I point that out last time?
I do like it. Is it always on, or you only have it on? Oh, cool, great. So it's accurate.
Yeah, that's right. And it's like hooked up to a speaker right now that is Bluetooth connected to my phone, which like it hasn't played anything in a little while, so the speaker will probably turn off pretty soon, and then we'll go off air. That's how you know. All right, I'm out.
It is my time.
A little visual cue for you on an audio platform.
Cam has his Mario Party games. We just found them. So me, him, and Snapchat girlfriend have been playing Mario Party.
It's exciting.
I'm so sorry to tell you, Tommy.
Fucking hate Mario Party so much.
Literally,
we've already talked about it on here. I've already laid out my opinions on this. I think
really?
on this.
I don't remember that.
Go back. Go to the
I'm
back
not going
catalog.
back. Our podcasts are unwatchable. Shout out to anyone who's made it this far. You're a real one.
It literally makes no sense. I think back to the conversation of, it's an hour? Like, what are you guys talking for an
What?
hour?
Okay. How is Mario Party different than like Lights, Camera, Pants? It's just a series of mini games.
I feel like the star stealing aspect is not like the board. I like the mini games. I hate the board.
Okay.
The
So
board,
you would play if it was because there are modes where it's like you just choose mini games.
yeah, I'd play those.
Okay.
But
Okay.
don't put me on the board. Don't put me on
Don't
the
put
top.
me on the board. I'll flip it,
Don't
or
put
I'll
me on the
try to
board.
flip it. Okay, this is good to
I'll
know.
be
Because I
heated.
do remember what we used to just play the running away from a giant boulder one, like on repeat.
That's a great mini game.
That's a great
That's a
minigame.
great, yeah. No,
He
that's
only
fun.
has
That's fun.
he has Mario Party 4 and Mario Party 7, and I think we've only gotten 7 to work so far. Every single game of his, we have to do the thing where you like run it underwater and like, have you done this where it's like a little bit scratched, so you rub toothpaste into it?
No, is
Oh,
that's
how you get a
new?
scratch disc to work.
Wow. So you're just rubbing toothpaste all over Cam's fucking.
Well, it's not even. I used to think that's what it was, but it turns out it's actually just my GameCube needs to like be warmed up. So every time we want to play, it's just me sitting at the GameCube turning it on and off and on and off for like a solid 10 minutes before we can play. And it's just Cam and Snapchat girls sitting on the couch on their phones waiting for me to get it working again.
You guys just go in the other room, like, and I just gotta get warmed up. Like,
Just don't look at me.
oh no, come on, it's a lot of pressure for my little GameCube. Like,
Well, we also got Double Dash to work, and that shit, ooh, I took it too seriously. And Snapchat Girl does not do racing games, so it was just me and Cam. And yeah, I mean, we'll play. We'll play once you're here.
yeah, we'll play. It'll be fun. Yeah. Does he have like any of like the Smash Brother games or anything like that? Do you got those working and running?
We have a copy of Melee, but I didn't get it to work. I know. I'll work on it. Well, yeah.
Okay, yeah, just worry about it. No worries, no rush. It's all good.
If we want to really stop having fun, we'll play Melee.
Oh my God, yeah, right. That's exactly. I don't know what Cam will do because there's no Ike in Melee, so he.
Who would he play in Melee?
Maybe like Bowser. I don't know.
Oh, interesting.
He'd play somebody that can deal a lot of damage and take a lot of hits. So I think he'd be Bowser.
Well, you must have played Melee with him.
Yeah. No, if you can believe it, by the time that Cam and I are friends in 2008, the main Smash
Brawl.
Bros. It's already Brawl.
Yeah.
So
I remember the day Brawl came out because you wanted to stop hanging out because it had just gotten to your house, and I was like, we gonna keep hanging out, and you're like, no, I really want to go home and play this video game. I'm like, it hurt my feelings then.
I'm loaded. I'm sorry. I hope you can look back on that.
And now I understand how important it was. I didn't realize how important Brawl was until now.
It was a really big moment.
Of course.
Yeah, could talk about that for a little while, but Lord knows if we were niche before, we'll get even nicher. So I actually feel like that would widen the net a little than Laser Quest on the North Shore.
Laser Quest was a whole ass franchise, I feel like, wasn't it?
I don't know.
They had multiple locations, right?
I'm not doing any research for this. I don't think so. I think this is. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
I might do some research
yeah.
for this. I'll have an answer for you tomorrow, but you know what?
Oh! Last week you ended on a somewhat serious note of ask me if I'm still doing Dry January. Sorry to bring that up because if the answer is no, that's really sorry.
Oh yeah,
I'm sorry.
No. No, you're all good. The answer's absolutely no.
Oh, God.
In fact,
I'm so sorry.
no, it's all good. It's kind of funny. So I started January being like, I'm gonna do Dry January, and there were like 2 people that I told, one of them being my sister, who were like, I'm gonna do it with you, and that's like really cool. We're gonna all do it together, and like 2 days into it, one of them cracks. Fucking a week and a half into it, Caroline cracks, and I'm just sitting here being like, why the fuck am I still doing this?
I want to backtrack. You said you told 2 people, your sisters. Meanwhile, like you told everyone who watches. You told the entire void.
Well, I should say I told 2 people, and 2 people told me back that they would support me.
Yeah.
My support system crumbled.
Our comment section was weirdly absent of people being like, I'll do it too.
Yeah, you know what? That's so wild. Actually, I'm a little hurt, starting to think that maybe I'm the problem.
But you made it a week and a half, 2 weeks.
I made it 2 weeks, which is
Yeah.
like
That's better than, I mean, it's almost 4. It's
Yeah.
halfway there. It's much
I
better
know, it
than
was kinda like-
0.
it was kind of just like I got about halfway there, and I was like, "You mean I got to do that again?" Like
You're
I
like, I've proven I can do it. All
had
right.
4 weeks. It was like January's really long. January's got hands, dude. January's don't punch it. I was like, oh, go back to my work. Thank you for bringing that up. It actually, takes a big load off of my shoulders. Yeah, now I don't have to tell anybody else. I made it. I made my public announcement, made my declaration. Now I think I'm off the hook. I'd like to put that in my past.
We're set. Did I tell you what other jobs I had applied for before accepting the one as substitute teacher?
No.
I think that's a lie because I definitely did. I applied to Chipotle.
Oh, yep.
And there was a donut shop near me that needed a early morning delivery driver, and then I also applied to be a sign spinner.
A sign spinner? No, you didn't.
Why are you saying it like that? I definitely already told you this.
That's not a real job. Nobody's a sign spinner.
There's people on the side of the road spinning signs, and the job was like, it doesn't matter if.
Like a job you applied.
Yeah,
they were like a job you applied for.
Well, they make decent money apparently, but it's obviously a lot of work. And they were like, we don't care if you have a criminal record. And I'm like, I feel like you should. Actually, no, I take that back. But anyway, I only felt comfortable telling my mom I applied to be a sign spinner once I already had the news that I was going to be a substitute teacher. Because there was the moment of suspense. I was like, I applied to a few jobs. One of them was a sign spinner. She goes, no, you didn't. I go, don't worry. And then my last job was a substitute teacher. And I had told her,
one of these, I'm not going to tell you which one.
I had told Regina that I applied to all 4 of those jobs, and then I called her and she didn't pick up, and so I left her a voicemail that I was like, ooh, I heard back from one of the jobs, and don't you want to hear which one? Signs point to yes, call me back.
The sign is spinning, and it's pointing towards. Yes. That's amazing.
So dumb.
Oh my God.
Dumb.
So what was it? I need to know if this was like, were you going to work for a specific company as a sign spinner, or were you kind of like
a sign spinning company?
It
was a sign
or
spinning
was it
company.
That like rents you out to other businesses, I imagine, that want sign spinners.
And I applied. It does exist.
That is.
I applied on Indeed, and then they responded. They were like, you need to apply on our website. I'm like, I didn't even want to apply on Indeed. Come on. Meet me halfway.
It's like, right. I'm going to humiliate myself for you. Like, the least you could do is meet me where I'm at. Like, yeah, that's not. Yeah, I'm glad. So, does the substitute teacher job? I'm glad you're doing the substitute teacher job. That's crazy. That's like that's a job. That's a real ass job. Not to say like Chipotle or Uber Eats aren't like a whole ass job, but it just feels like
it's different.
It's a whole ass job.
Yeah.
So when do you start? You start next week, you said, I think?
I still have to get professional references, and I'm sent an email to my high school waiting on my transcript and some other stuff. So I just sent out a bunch of emails this morning, and I texted my old boss from Chipotle. I was like, can I put you as a reference? And he didn't respond, and I'm like,
put him anyway.
So hypothetically, could I put you as a reference? Just be like, yeah, this is what Snapchat girl was like.
Wait.
Yeah, you say yes, I can. Okay, thank
No,
you. Thank
do
you.
not put me. There you go, future employer.
That's so nice that I don't have to edit all that out. You're That's so thoughtful of you. You're doing fixing it in post during during the conversation. You're incredible.
That's right. Just imagine all of that post production, and you're seeing the full vision.
I
Yeah,
just like
there
the
you go.
idea of being like, "Hey, I need a reference," and like asking a friend, and then the friend gets on the phone. It's just like, "Oh yeah, I used to run a school. James was an employee of." Just like anything to get me the substitute teaching job. Be like, "How big was your school?" It was really it was a ma and pa type situation, just a small. It was really just me and him actually. We were working on
You
getting
ran the whole
students,
thing.
but.
But we learned a lot from each other
Yeah,
during that time.
exactly.
Yeah, yeah. No, you can.
So
Yeah,
stupid.
you can put me down. I feel like, yeah, no, I'll talk you up. Or maybe I won't. I don't know. Future employer. I'll give an honest approach. No,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
nah. Yeah. So, so yeah, I'm sorry. I'm gonna talk. Uh,
Please,
okay. Yeah.
on the
Sorry. Was I not?
podcast to talk?
Am I?
No.
I'm gonna talk. Yeah. I'm gonna do it right now. Just wait. Okay. I'm ready. Here we go.
No.
So you're not gonna be working while I'm down there. Is Cam gonna be? What's Cam's schedule like? Is he gonna be? Am I
Cam's
gonna see
Cam's
the
gonna be
lad?
He's taking tomorrow, Thursday, Friday, and I think Saturday off. And he's also off on Tuesday, so he'll be able to bring you back to the airport. If I am working, it'll just be like I'll be done by 4. I don't know when my onboarding's gonna start, honestly.
Hell yeah. Well, shit. That's awesome because I was wondering if was it just gonna be like me alone in
Chilling
your
in the
apartment?
yeah, that's what I yeah, exactly.
My
Which
mom
would
was
be a
like, "Do
good
they have
thing
a
because
pool?"
we do have a pool, and I was like that would be a good thing because it would mean I got a job.
Yeah, no. These all signs point to this being
What?
possible.
So you
Don't
don't
worry.
have any work that you're gonna need to do while you're down here?
I took the days off.
Oh, beautiful.
So
Score.
yeah.
Score.
Probably will still be like on my phone,
Yeah.
just because sometimes people don't respect that you took the day off.
Yeah.
But yeah, that I can't imagine needing much. I have my last meeting at 9:30 tomorrow morning, and then I
When you
work
need
on
that.
getting to the airport. Yeah.
Have you
So
been up to anything, or have you just been like trapped inside because of the snow? I feel like the snow doesn't even stop you from going cross country or going interstate.
can't stop, won't stop. Yeah, no. The snow hasn't really stopped me. So I was in Mass for a little bit. I'm sorry. Can you ask the question again? I got an email.
What have
I
you
got a
been up
message.
to? Has the snow stopped you from doing shit? Apparently no.
Yeah. Thanks, Jimmy. No, but I don't know. I haven't been doing a ton. Uh, I've just been working a lot. I feel like finish this entire bottle of water right now.
Don't test me. I'll do it.
That he's so hydrated. No, don't drown. I feel like yeah, I haven't been up to a ton. I have been mostly staying inside. I've been working a lot. I feel like that's been the majority of my life. And then like the times where I'm not working, uh I I feel like the winter really puts me in like a hole. I get
Oh yeah.
the fact that it gets like dark at like 3:30 ish and then like now like 4:30 ish. It just like I don't know.
Um,
I'm really like, oh, my day is over, and then I just kind of like waste a lot of time. So I feel like
how
I've
much
been
light
kind
is
of like,
there right now?
well, it's really, as you can see, there is some,
There
but
is some light.
it is like very, it's deceiving. It's like really murky outside,
Yeah.
just like kind of a thick cloud line, and it's
Yeah.
so bitter cold. Like, oh,
Yeah.
did I tell you about my doctor's problem? My sweat problem? That's what
No,
I've been up to.
I got a sweat
Oh,
problem too.
jeez.
What's up? What's the
You and I both.
solution?
Like, I ain't got one. But
Damn
recently,
it.
so after Christmas, I started having migraines pretty bad.
Oh shit.
Uh, and then the migraines went away a little bit, but when the migraines came back, I started only sweating out of my right side and like kind of profusely. It'd be like to the point where I would have to change my shirt because I would sweat through on just this side. And I was like, that can't be good. Uh, and I Googled it, and Google was like, that's not good. So so I went to the doctors, and the doctor was like, literally, no one has ever said that before. You are the first person. Like, not like she's just like,
Let
I
me
have
call the
no idea
specialist.
what you're talking about, right? It's just like, oh no, this is a bigger problem than Peabody can handle. Uh, I think, I don't know. I think I'm fine. Like, it's still
Doesn't sound
kind of
like it.
happening.
I'll be honest. Amateur opinion doesn't sound like it.
Yeah, real weird. It's like she, we were talking, and I got blood work done, which
Mm.
was horrible for me,
Oh yeah.
because needles, and I was getting it done kind of towards the end of their work day. So I was like, hey, just as a heads up, like I don't do well with needles. I really don't do well with drawing blood. Like, can we just like take a second? And she just didn't stop. It's
Oh
just like,
wow.
and I was like, I literally said out loud, or I guess we don't have to. And she was like, yeah, sorry, man, we don't have time. I was like,
Damn.
we're gonna be here a lot longer when I'm on the floor. But
Mm.
you know what? I'm not gonna say that. We're gonna find that out together. Uh, but so I got blood work done. I guess it's either something like neurological or with my endocrine system. I don't know really, but I know what my neurological system is, but I don't really know what my endocrine system is. And they were like, if it's bad, we'll call you back, like pretty quickly. And
Damn.
they haven't
Okay.
called me back yet. That was like
What if they call
last
you in?
Thursday.
They call you in 2 weeks, and you're like, they're like, it's terrible, and you like. I thought you said you'd call me back quickly, and they're like, this is very quick for us. Actually, a 2 week turnaround on something like this.
I hadn't even considered that. I was hoping.
Why did I?
I just assumed that
I'm so sorry.
promptly in the medical world was real people promptly. Like I expected
Oh,
a call that night,
I'm
but
so
no.
sorry.
Nah, right. Well, I mean, the worst would be if they call me while I'm in Florida, and I'll just be like, no,
I guess I'll
can't.
just die
I
down
got until
here.
Tuesday. I guess I'll just live large. I'm gonna go real hard at the pirate festival.
Oh, the
Not
pirate
to be a
festival. We have to get costumes.
That's fine with me. I'm in.
Yeah,
Let's do
also,
it.
if you want to, apparently the tradition is to get hammered. I feel like I might need to drive. I'll
Okay.
see if Cam is interested in being a designated driver. It's the day after his birthday. I doubt it though. You
No,
know,
no,
I
feel
don't
like
want to
we.
do that to him.
Well, how far? It's not like, and
No,
it's
it's a
completely inaccessible by Uber and or public
right.
transit.
It's like an hour drive. I feel like Cam could hypothetically be like, I'm gonna drink more than I've ever drank, and then still only have like 2 beers.
Yeah,
you
that's
know,
also. I mean, we have to talk about what hammered means. We also have to talk. Well, you and I haven't like drank like that since the night you lost the tooth.
since the night.
You lost the tooth. I was
Yeah.
recently recounting that to somebody, being like, I don't know where he went, and I don't know where the tooth went. I don't know at what point he lost the tooth. I don't know at what point he got thrown out of the bar. I like, he may or may not have had to fight somebody off for his shoes. Like what? These are questions that I don't have the answer to, and it's
No one
like
has the answers to those
no one
questions
has
except
the
the
answer
bouncer
to
at that bar.
who you would think would have been a little more courteous. I don't like.
That was the problem that night, that he was just a little rude
uh,
while he kicked me out, you know?
yeah, well, I remember being like going up to that bouncer and being like, "Hey, have you seen like my cousin? Like he was here earlier. He made the bad joke about like my license,
Oh, I said it was a
and
fake.
went, it's a fake. Yeah.
That happened to me recently. I was like, it's a fake. And then they were like, yeah, it is kind of flimsy. And I'm like, no, I was kidding. And then they were like, all right, you can go in. And then they told their boss, and their boss found me and was like, hey, I hate to do this. I need to look at your ID again. And I was like, okay. They're like, yeah, it seems fine.
You yelled, it's a fake, as you stumbled into the bar, and like just leaving me with the bouncer, and I had to just be like, yeah, he's an asshole. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, but then I remember like seeing
Bro, you
that
think
same
he's
guy
from
the
Massachusetts? Get real.
well, I had a Cali ID and you had a Massachusetts one, so it was just like there was the disconnect. It was like, but I remember being like, you remember him? Where'd he go? And him being like, yeah, we threw him out. And I was like, well, like, in what direction did you throw him out? Like, what? Like, because that doesn't help me. I don't see him.
Yeah.
And the guy was just like, I don't know. Like, out, you know? And
like, I threw him up and he just flew away.
a gust of wind came by and he's deep over the Pacific right now. So that's like, when you say we're getting hammered, like,
no, we can drink a normal amount. We can
drink, right? You don't have to. Can you drink a normal amount? I don't remember how much we drank that night. 2 light beers.
2 light beers is all we need for tomorrow.
All right, deal.
Tomorrow is Saturday.
2 light beers tomorrow to get to 3 light beers by Saturday.
But it is going to be daytime. We got to go wicked early. Just a heads up.
Okay. Deal. I wake up at times.
Cool. Also, this is what I've been thinking. Do you want to sleep? We got a big ass couch, but I feel like Cam and I also have big ass beds, and I feel like you're welcome to sleep with either of us.
Wow, I think I might pick the couch just as to not pick favorites. I think it's not.
Well, because I was like, well, you know, like when Mafouz visited in San Diego, we shared my bed, and I'm like, yeah, because me and Mafouz are close like that. I'm like, are Tommy and I close like that to share a bed? I feel like we've never done that. We've never been put in that situation.
Oh, well, yeah, not since we were kids. I feel like when we would stay at my house.
No, those are bunk beds. Totally different.
No, like at 108. I can't stop saying the street address you live on, Tommy.
I slept in your bed at 108?
Yeah, because we had the big. I had my parents' old bed frame. It was like the king. I remember distinctly, like, we were both reading Percy Jackson and like discussing the book. It was a real pleasant, tender childhood moment right there.
God, that's beautiful. Have you watched the TV show? We're over an hour. We can cut it. Have you seen the TV show? I haven't yet. Apparently, it's okay.
I haven't either. Maybe we'll do that this week. I got Disney Plus. You need Disney Plus? Let's do this thing.
Hook me up.
Hell yeah.
Okay, so I don't know. Maybe it'll be Cam and I picking you up tomorrow. It's unclear. But it'll be fun.
That's okay. I'm excited to see your smiling faces. This is going to be a blast. Yeah, just like that. But big ol'.
Okay.
And on that
note, have a good night. I'll talk to you soon. Keep in touch.
See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow. It's crazy.
That's right.
All right. Bye, T.
Bye.
I've never hated you more in my life.
Bro, hey, what do you gotta say for yourself, bro? Don't look at me. Don't look at me. Don't look at me. You were